Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ. What's going on, everyone? If you don't know, I am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Ever since I was a kid, I've done about 2 or 3 covers of the soundtracks, guitar covers on my main channel, so you could check that out in the description if you haven't already. Today, we're going to be ranking the worlds from the games on a tier list. I know this trend kind of died out a while back, but I really don't care, so here I am doing it. I have no clue if it's been done before, but even if it has, everyone's list is going to be different. I don't have access to my mic stand right now, so I'm getting by with this, and there's no pop filter, so sorry if you're hearing all the crisp P's and T's and S's and everything, but here we go. All right. These are from the games that I've played, minus Birth by Sleep, because I don't even remember any of those worlds, and most of this is off of memory. I've played Kingdom Hearts 3 the most recently, because it came out pretty recently, much later than the first 2, so this is pretty much off of memory, but yeah, anyways, let's just get into it. Okay, first one. What do we want to do? I'll just select randomly. Okay. Halloween Town. Okay, let me resize that a bit less. So I don't remember much. That's the wrong. I don't remember much of Halloween Town, if I'm being honest, but I remember enjoying it, if that makes sense. And I remember the costume. That's not the right one either. What's going on? I remember the costume designs being kind of cool. So I might change this, but I'm going to put this at C, and that's still too big. Wow. So Halloween Town's getting a C. Kind of average, I guess. I don't remember much. I remember liking it, but maybe the fact that it's not as memorable proves or says something about, how good of a world it is. So we'll put that in the middle. All right. Traverse Town. So this is from, I think the only time you go to Traverse Town is in the first game. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. It kind of acts as that central hub world for everything. And then I think there were some Final Fantasy characters in there as well. You're getting to know the characters for the first time. So I was a pretty solid world, but I think nothing really captured my attention that much. So let's put it on B for now. All this is subject to change at the end, because we'll see what it looks like, and I'll see what I want to move and what I don't want to move. All right. San Francisco. All right. So I thought that this world was really cool. Oh, there's going to be spoilers. Yeah. Okay. I don't actually really care. Whatever. Anyways, I thought the design of this world was really cool, and it was the first real world city that was in there with actual buildings and stuff. That was really cool. I enjoyed the gameplay, but I wanted the map to be bigger. I feel like if you have a city like that, you should make it bigger. I just didn't think it was as big as it could have been, because Sora's wall climbing and all that cool stuff. That would have been so cool to do on a huge map. I love the bridge section at the start of the game. The soundtrack was good as well for that world. But it had more potential. It had much more potential, I feel, and it could have been bigger. So I'm gonna put that on B as well. That is not the moving tool. Oh god, the relationship between Gimp and my patience is forever changing. Anyways, okay. Wonderland again. I don't remember much, but I remember not being a fan, so I'm giving this E. I think from what I remember, there was a boss that hard bosses aren't bad things, but I just remember it wasn't a fun boss. So so I didn't like that, and I think that world felt like there was a lot of unnecessary backtracking. There always is in Kingdom Hearts, but it didn't feel as clever or smart. I just don't remember enjoying it, but I didn't hate it as much as some others, so I'm putting it on E for now. It might go to F, who knows? Definitely not D. It doesn't deserve higher than an E in my opinion. Pride Land. I don't remember much about this world at all, actually. I mean, Sora being a lion and everything was cool. I'm putting it at D. I don't remember much. I can't really say. All right. 100 Acre Wood. All right. I don't know about you, but I hated all of the I pretty much hated all the worlds with Winnie the Pooh and everything. So I don't know. It wasn't really even there in Kingdom Hearts 3. I feel like that was I'm going to put that at I'm going to put that at E. I'm putting that at E. All right. All right, Twilight Town. You already know my first introduction to Twilight Town was Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it was in a previous game, like one of the spin-offs between 1 and 2. I think that world was in there as well. But my introduction was in Kingdom Hearts 2. Love the soundtrack. I love Roxas. I love the story. People complain it was like too long, but I didn't really mind. I thought it was a really cool and interesting world, and then stuff starts to go wrong, and then you know, the story picks up. And even in Kingdom Hearts 3, like, I wish they kept the same map design, but just like, you know, the whole vibe and the way that world looks, I think it's just amazing. Soundtrack is amazing as well. Introduction of Roxas, well, for me at least, I'm pretty sure he's in the previous games. So I'm putting that on S tier. Probably one of my favorite worlds in the series, if I'm being honest. Yeah. All right, next one, Radiant Garden. I think I have Hollow Bastion here. Yeah, okay. I don't remember much from Radiant Garden, but it was okay, yeah, I don't remember much from it, but I remember liking it in Birth by Sleep. It wasn't like completely terrible. It didn't really stand out to me, I guess. I think, yeah, I don't know. I'll put it at B. I just don't have much to say for it. I might have to replay all the games. That'll take a long time and then redo this list, but yeah. Oops. All right. Keyblade Graveyard. Okay. So you go to the Keyblade Graveyard in, I think, Birth by Sleep, as well as Kingdom Hearts 3, but I never got that far into Birth by Sleep. It was a cool world. If you've played Kingdom Hearts 3, you know, like the thing that happens. It was a cool design. You fight a bunch of Heartless, I think, when you first get there. I think there might have been nobodies as well, but it was a huge fight, and then that whole weird time travel thing happens, but it was still really cool. Love the design. I love like that maze thing. But something about it just makes me hesitate to put it in S tier. So I'm gonna put it in A. I don't know. I don't remember it having a memorable soundtrack or anything. So I guess that's why. But just something about it makes me hesitate to put it in S, so I'm putting it in the A tier. All right. Agrabah. I actually remember enjoying this world quite a bit, and it wasn't in the third. No, so I think I enjoyed it in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 pretty well, but it didn't stand out. I wouldn't say it's like an extraordinary world, so I guess slightly above average, so we'll put it at B. I think B is a good place for it. All right. The Caribbean. So I remember liking this in Kingdom Hearts 2, and in Kingdom Hearts 3 it was pretty cool as well. It was a lot more open, and I really loved the city design and the design of all, like, not just Sora, but like the humans, like Jack Sparrow and everything as well. Again, or not the city. I guess it is a city, but like the place that you go, I don't remember what it was called. Damn. I didn't mind the ship battles actually at all. It was a pretty solid world. Like, it was a huge step up from Kingdom Hearts 2, I'd say. So I kind of want to put that. I feel like this is between B and A. I'll put that at A. I think what really does it was like just the design of like the buildings and the houses, and yeah, I having the Kingdom Hearts 3 worlds a lot more open added a lot more to them. So those might be higher up on this list. I'm not really sure, but yeah. All right. I'm trying to select something random, but I keep selecting the actual thing. All right. Toy Box. I was actually a pretty big fan of Toy Box in Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know what people thought about it, but I thought it was cool. It was a nice little adventure. Being the size of a toy and messing with other toys and stuff. I don't know. I thought that was really cool. So, I'm trying to think because it was only I guess it was only really the gameplay that I liked because you were scaled down. The fights were nice. You could go in those like suits, those toy suits. The final boss fight was cool as well. I think if I remember correctly, the final boss would like knock over these like play structures or something. Yeah. So the world design wasn't that appealing. The soundtrack, I don't remember it. It was only the gameplay, so I think I'm gonna have to go with B tier. But I think out of all the B tier worlds, that was probably my favorite. I just want to resize it a bit. Actually, no, I'll keep it. I'll keep it that size. Okay. Okay, Arendelle. So, uh, man, playing through this world and then getting to like the third time where it wanted me to climb up the mountain, I'm like, what the hell is this? I was 75% down the world and nothing had happened besides fighting the snow beast like twice. Um, and it just really threw off the flow of Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm putting that at F tier. And I already had my decision made before I knew about like the development stuff that went down. Apparently it was a whole different thing, and then Disney didn't want to do that, so they're like yeah, don't do that. But like right, yeah, no, even like midway through playing that world, I was like, this is trash, absolute trash. I don't even care what the story behind it is. So yeah, we're putting it there. All right, the world that never was. Okay, another original world. Where's it? Okay, another original world. It stopped recording. I don't know when that was, but I no, it must have been pretty recent. Um, that's kind of a problem. Anyways, okay, well, I'll just re summarize. Okay, we put Arendelle at F tier because that was a trash world. I was like halfway through it and I was like, yeah, this is complete trash. I'm just gonna hope the camera caught that because I don't want to go over that again. Anyways, the world that never was. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was in previous games, but my introduction to it was Kingdom Hearts 2. What it has going for it, I think like the strongest part of it is the design. I love how that looks, the world. Even in concept art and stuff like that, it looks really nice and cool. You chase Xemnas through it for the final battle. You chase him through the world to get to the final battle, so that it has that going for it. The final battle was cool, and I think you reunite with Riku in that world. I'm not sure. From what I remember, I think you reunite with him. That was all good. But again, I hesitate putting it on S tier. I don't know. It's a good world. I love it, but like something about it's just bugging me. It's like it doesn't feel like an S tier world. I think I'll wait. I think it probably deserves S tier, but my intuition is telling me no. I'll keep it at A. I'll keep it at A. I think the problem is like every time I'm going through these worlds, if I'm considering it putting it on S tier, I already consider Twilight Town like S plus tier. So I can't really compare it to any other world because I just love it so much. That might be clouding my judgment. So I'll put it on S. I'll put it on S for now. All right. Land of Dragons. I don't remember much of this world, but I do remember liking it. You fight a dragon at the end. There's some pretty cool environmental stuff with like the jungle parts and like the snow. I think I'll go B tier, but it's probably one of the higher ones out of the B tier stuff. Like maybe second to Toy Box. B tier is full. I mean, we can add more obviously, but okay. Anyways, Deep Jungle. I remember getting stuck on Clayton as a final boss, or I don't know if he was the final boss, but I remember being stuck on Clayton, and I hated it as a kid, so it's already not in a good place for me. And then when I replayed Kingdom Hearts 1, it was still a while ago. It was confusing, man. I didn't know what entrance and exit led to where, so I'm probably putting that on E tier. I did not like Deep Jungle all that much at all, really. So yeah. Kingdom of Corona. I don't remember much from it, so it's not super memorable, I guess. But I did like the design, and I think when you got into, I've never seen Tangled, by the way. So when you get into the city, like the design for the city and stuff is pretty cool. So I think I'll put that on C tier. It's just it's not as memorable as like any of the ones on like B tier and above, but I don't remember disliking it as much as the bottom anything under C. So I'll put it on C. Olympus. All right. I was a fan of Olympus in pretty much all the games, and Olympus being the first world that you play in for Kingdom Hearts 3, I think was pretty solid because it showed you how much more open it was. You get to go to, I think you go to Mount Olympus, right? Because it was the Colosseum and it was the underworld in the other game. So you go to Mount Olympus in this one. Yeah, I think as a first time, like you're jumping back into Kingdom Hearts, right? You're getting into this world. I think it was a great introduction. So I'm probably going to put that on A tier. Only thing not as memorable is the soundtrack. The soundtrack's a big part, I think, for a lot of people because like the composer of Kingdom Hearts is just amazing. I mean, that game soundtrack is unreal. But sometimes where it lacks can be the music, the specific music for the worlds, you know. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Hollow Bastion. Okay, this one was a weird one because like I spent a lot of time in that world, but nothing really stuck out to me, I guess, because in every Kingdom Hearts world, there's a color palette to it, there's a style to it, and everything. For Hollow Bastion, I felt like it was just it was kind of bland. Like it didn't really. I feel like it lacked its own identity, and I just remember when it was Radiant Garden. Or wait, was it? Did Radiant Garden? They're the same world, right? I'm not thinking of. Yeah, they're the same world. Whatever. Well, same. Anyways, yeah, it just lacks. I don't know. I just feel like it didn't have its own identity. The only part I really remember, was the battle against the Thousand Heartless, which was cool. But I think like the lack of its identity for me keeps it at C. I know you met like some Final Fantasy characters, and it acted like the central hub, I guess, again, like Traverse Town did. But I don't know. It just something about it just feels off and not as capturing to me. So I'm putting it at C. Timeless River. Okay. I remember not liking this world because the black and white when I was a kid was kind of depressing, and I'm pretty sure the combat was hard as well. I can't remember. I think it was one of the harder worlds. Just because of those two, I can put it at D. It doesn't deserve E, I think, because I just don't remember hating it or disliking it as much as those three and the one on F. So, yeah, there you go. Monstropolis. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Correct? I was never a huge Monsters, Inc. Fan, and this world was... It did have some honestly really cool sections. It felt like one of the longer worlds. I don't remember the soundtrack. I think this deserves B. I think I'm putting it on B. Let's try to see if we can make space without shrinking all these. Oh, that's nothing. We'll put it there. Nothing too memorable about it, I'd say. But I will put it there on B. I think it deserves B. Probably on the lower scale of all the worlds that are on B. But yeah, what do we have? 2 left? Okay. 3 left. Okay, Beast Castle. I was actually a really big fan of this world in Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know if you visited in any other game. Oh, what happened? But yeah, I don't know. I was a big fan of... Why is it doing this to me? Hold on. I was a big fan of traversing the castle itself. I thought the enemies were cool. The castle had this cool, eerie vibe to it at parts. There was just a lot of memorable parts for me in that world. Fighting not only beasts, but like the giant ball Heartless. I don't remember the soundtrack, but I remember, yeah, I just like, man, that world to me was so cool. The final boss on the second visit, forget his name, But that was a cool final boss, even though it was hard. But yeah, I was a big fan of that world in general. So I think I'm putting that at A. The thing I don't remember like no, I do remember the music specific to that world. Yeah, I'm putting that at A. Part of me wants to put it at S if I'm being real, but we'll keep it at A for now. All right, last two. Let's go. The World That Never Was. Or no, hold up. What is this? What was the English version? Oh, there's no English version of this. Yeah, okay, anyways. I'm getting a text. Okay. This world, when I first saw it, I was just blown back by how it looked. I mean, you got these. We actually saw it in the trailer. I think it might have been the Kingdom Hearts 3, like the full real trailer we got. But even visiting it in the game was, to me, was like my breath was taken away. Like I was just looking around. I was taking pictures. Like just the design of the houses, the blue sky, the water, everything was so cool to me. And I, like the story surrounding it and everything, you know, you fight the final boss in there, and he turns the world like all red and all that. I can't even explain it. You just gotta like. I was a big fan of the world. I love the gameplay. I love the style. The only thing I guess it was lacking was the soundtrack. But honestly, I think just the style of the world is enough for me to look past that and put it on S tier. I think it deserves to be up there with Twilight Town and The World That Never Was for sure. All right, last one, Atlantica. Wait, yeah, Atlantica. I don't know really. I feel like in Kingdom Hearts 1, I didn't mind it. I think the water controls pissed me off a bit, but there's nothing memorable about it, so to speak. Like, I know in Kingdom Hearts 2, they butchered that world, but I don't actually remember it in Kingdom Hearts 2. So I'm going to put it at D because it's nothing really that memorable about it. So I'll put it at D. I feel like it deserves D. Okay. We're done our list. The camera cut off at a certain point, so I might just go over. I think like the Caribbean and Arendelle. I think those were the two it cut off near, so I'm just going to explain those again. For the Caribbean, I liked it in Kingdom Hearts 2. It was like slightly above average. And then in Kingdom Hearts 3, it was so much more open. I like the ship battles. I like, going, sailing across the sea and going to like certain islands to like find, different stuff. And I liked that city that was there in the prison. I think, could you go in the prison? I forget. Anyways, the design of that world was amazing. I enjoyed the gameplay. I enjoyed the ship battles. Besides the last one, that was kind of annoying. And so I put it on A tier. I think the only thing it was missing was, I don't remember the music really from it. So there's that, but it was still a really solid world. And I think Kingdom Hearts 3 did it a lot more justice than the second one, even though the second one was, from what I remember, it was fine. We already know Arendelle's trash. When I was playing it and it was the third time to get up the mountain, I'm like, what? Okay, come on, what is this? I felt like I beat 80% of the world without doing anything. Like nothing had happened besides fighting the snow beast. Cut off again. Fighting the snow beast for like the second time. Anyways, so that's it. That's my list. Just to quickly clarify S tier, I think, I'd put here. Let's put them in order actually. Twilight Town has to be like the best, my favorite world out of anything. I think I already knew that coming in. The world written in Latin at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 with, the blue skies and the white houses, number 2. And then The World That Never Was, number 3 for S tier. I'm not going to bother doing all the rest. But yeah, there you go. So you can check out my main channel where I've done guitar covers of some of the soundtracks in the game. Link in the description. Also, my Instagram is going to be there for music content that doesn't always make it to YouTube. Anyways, yeah, there you go. That's my list. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.